now that we've learned how to multiply, how to add, subtract monomials, we're going to look at powers of monomials, okay? How do you take a power to a power, okay? To raise a monomial to a power, you use the power rule, okay? So here we have x to the a power, and then I take that to the b power, and what you notice is 1 base, 2 exponents, 1 base, 2 exponents. That's when you're going to use the exponent rule, okay? And what that equals is x to the a times b power, okay? You're multiplying those two exponents together, all right? So when you see x to the second times x to the fifth, you have 1 base, 2 exponents. So that is the same as x to the 2 times 5, or x to the 10th, okay? Number 2, I'm going to actually have you guys do number 2, but number 3, okay, power to a power, all right? I'm going to multiply my exponents. So you are going to, right here, this c has an exponent of 1. That's not part of what's being taken to the second power, okay? So I have to multiply 1 times 3 for my c, and for my d, I need 2 times 3. So I end up with c to the third, d to the sixth as my answer, okay? So be very careful that when you see cd squared, that is not the same as cd squared, okay? C is not taken to the second power. C is to the first power, okay? So just to kind of give you that picture, be wary of that, okay? Let's have you guys try number 2, okay? All right, what happens if you have coefficients, okay? All you're going to do is raise the coefficient to the given power and then use the power rule to simplify the variables. So number 4, you have 5x to the 7th squared. That's going to be the same as 5 squared, and then x to the 7 times 2 power. So you get 25x to the 14th. Okay? 5 squared, remember, just exponents is 5 times 5. I'm using 5 2 times. Okay? All right. Number 5, I'm going to do 2 to the 5th. My x, I'm going to do 2 times 5. And my y is 1 times 5. So I get 2 to the 5th is 32, x to the 10th, y to the 5th. Okay? All right. Number 6, a negative. So I have negative 2 squared, which is, okay, and then p to the 4 times 2, and q to the 6 times 2. Negative 2 squared is a positive 4, p to the 8th, q to the 12th. That would be my answer, okay? Make sure that that negative is part of what's being squared. That's what makes it positive, okay? All right, number 9. Same thing, I'm going to do 1/2 to the 3rd power, a to the 3 times 3, b to the 4 times 3, c to the 5 times 3. Okay, 1/2 to the 3rd is the same as 1 to the 3rd over 2 to the 3rd, which is 1/8. Okay, a to the 9th, b to the 12th, c to the 15th. Okay, I'm going to rewrite my 9 here. Okay, all right. So fractions, if you don't, if you're having a hard time with taking powers of fractions, make sure you see me so I can work that out for you, okay? I'm going to have you guys do number 8, okay? All right, mixed practice. This is where now, we have different things that we're doing all at the same time. So I'm going to go and do the hardest one first. I'm going to do number 15. Okay? All right, first thing I got to do, order of operations. Okay? Parentheses, but inside parentheses, I can't simplify that. Okay? I can't simplify 7x to the 5th y squared, or y. Okay? So next would be exponents. All right? So this is where I'm going to deal with the fact that I have those two things in parentheses taken to a power. Okay? So I'm going to simplify this, 3 to the 4th, x to the 3 times 4 power, y to the 1 times 4 power, which gives me 81x to the 12th, y to the 4th. Minus, okay, 7 squared, x to the 5 times 2, y to the 1 times 2. So that's 49 x to the 10th, y squared, times x squared, y squared, times x squared, y squared. Right? Next in order of operations, multiplication or division left to right. Okay? So the only multiplication I can actually do is right there. So I'm going to have 81x to the 12th, y to the 4th, minus 49. Now I'm doing x to the 10th times x to the 2nd. Okay, now I have two bases, each with their own exponents. Okay, so I have x to the 10 plus 2, or x to the 12th. Okay, for the y's, I have 2 plus 2, which is y to the 4th. Okay, now they are, do my addition subtraction. These are like terms. They both have x to the 12th, y to the 4th. So I subtract 81 minus 49 is 32. And I don't change my variables or exponents when I am adding or subtracting. So 32x to the 12th, y to the 4th is my answer. Okay. Let's have you guys try number number 14. Okay. All right, geometric applications. Perimeter and area. Just to clarify, remember that perimeter is the length around. Okay. The area is the space inside. Okay. For a rectangle, perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width, right? If I walk around it, I have that length and this length, so there's two of those. And then I have this width and that width. There's two of them, okay? All right. My area is going to be length times width, okay? And hopefully you've gotten used to those formulas through the years. If not, I'm telling you now, it's length times width. It's telling me how much space is inside, okay? So for the perimeter, I'm going to say equals to my length is 12x plus 2, my width is 5x squared. Simplify that, I get 24x plus 10x squared. Okay, and that's as far as I can go. Okay, that's my perimeter. My area is length 12x times width 5x squared, and to multiply, I say 12 times 5 is 60x times x squared. I'm going to add my exponents. I'll get x to the 3rd, 60x cubed. Okay. Number 17. Okay, we have a triangle. Perimeter is the length around. So I'm going to add my three sides. 4a squared b plus 10a squared b plus 3ab. It doesn't matter which order I have those in. When I box them out, I'm going to combine those two because they are like terms. They both have the a squared b. You get 14a squared b plus 3ab. And I can't combine those because those are not like terms. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay, this would be my base. This would be my height. They have to be perpendicular to each other, okay? So you get 1/2, my base is 3ab, my height is 4a squared b, and I'm multiplying all of those, okay? 1/2 times 3 times 4 is 6, A times a squared is a to the 1 plus 2, or a to the third. And b, I have 1 here and 1 here, so that gives me 2. 6a to the third b squared. Okay? All right, a couple different formulas I'll give you on the end of this. Okay, and then I'm going to have you actually fill it in. Okay, so actually I'm going to have you guys do, nope, I'm not going to have you do 18. 18, it doesn't tell you that all three sides are the same here. Okay, but they are. Okay, actually I will have you do 18. Do 18 knowing that this is also 20 m to the third n to the fifth. And this side is also 20, I can't write, 20 m to the third n to the fifth. Okay. Again, use that formula, area equals 1/2 base times height. So figure out perimeter first, the length around, and then figure out your area using your base and your height. Okay. All right. Area of each figure below. Okay. For a trapezoid, okay, we are taking the formula for the area of the trapezoid is the average of the bases, so 1/2 b1 plus b2 times h. Okay, that's the formula. This is b1, this is b2, this is h. Okay. Sorry, I should have started with, oh, it's just saying area. We have no perimeter for this one. Okay. So 1/2 b1 is 7x squared y plus b2 is 4x squared y. And my h is 2xy. Okay. First of all, parentheses, those are like terms. I can combine them. 1/2 times 11x squared y times 2xy. And now it's just multiplication. 1/2 times 11 times 2 is 11. X squared times x gives me x to the third. Y times y gives me y squared. That would be my answer. Okay. For number 20, the area of a circle is pi r squared. This is your r, your radius from the center to the edge. Okay. So you're going to do area equals pi, and your radius is 3xy cubed. And you're going to square that. Okay. Can't simplify what's inside parentheses, but I can take care of this power. Be 3 squared, x to the 1 times 2, y to the 3 times 2. Pi times 3 squared is 9, x squared, y to the 6th. And I would actually just write that as 9 pi x squared, y to the 6th. Okay? I'm not going to have you actually calculate what that is with pi. Okay? All right. That's it for today. Code word is power. P-O-W-E-R. Thanks.